Hi, YouTube. What's up? These guys. All right, right.
The codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are.
Are you ready?
What's up? What's up, Primos? It is Thursday and it is 12 p.m. And y'all know what that means. It is Primos Chidos. It's your girl, Jules. And of course, I am here with the bro and the homie, Brandon. So say hi, you guys.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I don't know if you guys can hear that music, but I guess it's somebody's birthday today. Brandon, do you know whose birthday it is today?
I don't. Why don't you let me know? Why don't you let our audience
Today's
know?
birthday for everybody listening at home and everybody watching at home. It is Julie's birthday.
Wow, 2 viewers already.
You see,
Moving on
Julie?
up, boys. Moving on up.
Everybody's excited, Julie. Everybody wants to know how you're doing, how you're feeling. So I'm gonna be the first one to talk to you guys. Julie, the first thing I want to ask you is, how does it feel to now be 25?
Well, I don't know. I've been thinking about it the whole morning and I was like, damn. I keep thinking about how last time I was like, I'm halfway to 50, bro. And I'm almost 30. But it's cool. It's cool. I feel like and I feel like I've been hearing this a lot. I feel like I'm finally like maturing. Like I'm getting to that age where I feel like I'm finally a lot more mature and I feel a lot more like an adult. But still a young adult.
How do you feel in terms of yourself? Like, do you feel like you've gotten to know yourself at this age pretty well, or do you feel there's still a lot more to explore from yourself?
I feel like I know a lot more of myself now and I feel like I'm a lot more confident in myself. Um but I do feel like there's still a lot more to discover about myself. I feel like every year I learn something new about myself, or like I always like trying new things. I feel like every year, or every time, So I feel like there's still a lot more growth to happen. I feel like each day, as a person, you're always growing and learning from like stuff that you've done in the past. And I feel especially like since when you're young, you do a lot of dumb stuff. So you learn from those mistakes. But I do feel like I'm in a good place right now, and I don't know, I feel really happy.
That's
I
good.
feel I'm like I'm about to cry. No.
Aw.
But yeah, I feel really happy. Um I feel like it's been a while feeling this way,
It's okay, Julie. It's okay.
but it feels good.
What are you feeling right now? What's on your mind?
It's just I feel like I've come a long way as a person, because I feel like when I was younger, I was just really sad and like I was mad at the world. But now I feel like I'm really happy, and I'm happy that I made it at this age, because not a lot of people make it at 25. So it's really nice. It's cool.
I'm happy for you, Julie. I'm proud of you. I really am. And I want you to know that I love you too. You're my sister, and I've always looked up to you because I've always felt like you always have your shit together. You've always been like, you went to college, you went to San Francisco, you lived by yourself for 4 years. Like, I want you to know that how much you inspire me to, like, when I have a problem, when I have something, because you're a grinder. Like, I see you. Like, literally after the show, it's your birthday, and for those of you who don't know, my sister's going straight to work right after this. So like, my sister's a grinder. She's a fighter. Like, I've seen her grow up, and I've seen her change in a lot of ways. And I always find it interesting that your birthday is like in December, because it's also when like the new year is about to start. So I wanted to ask, is there any like New Year's, or is there anything you want to set goals for yourself now that you turn 25 and you're going into the new year?
Um, I feel like I want to continue to like, I guess, be in places where I actually enjoy being, because I know like I've always said that I live life to like explore it and like experience it, because I want to know like what it is that I like and I don't like, and I want to continue doing that. But I feel like in the next at least few years, at least, but by the time I'm 30, that I actually have found a place where I, especially career wise, like just being where I want to be and like actually enjoying it. Because I know right now I've just been like bouncing from like jobs because I really
Mhm.
do just be working a lot. Um, but I hope that um at least in this upcoming year, like I'm starting to get there, like not officially like there, but like I'm it's like the first like year of like experiencing something that I want to do. um and I don't know, because I also think about New Year's, but I feel like for me today is New Year. For some
Mm.
reason today I
No,
feel
I
like
get you.
today it's been feeling like it is New Year for me. And I feel like I even set a goal for myself because I know I started going to the gym like at the beginning of this year. And I kind of want to, I feel like I want to continue that. Like I want to continue working on myself. Because I feel like it has helped me a lot, especially like just like mentally and especially physically. um and I feel like I want to do that a lot more and have time for myself a lot more. um so like setting those goals of like having more time for myself, and like I really hope, I guess the other thing that I want to work on is just like the relationships that I have with other people. And I feel like I want to work on those and like making sure that everyone is also happy,
Mhm.
like making sure that everyone feels good too. So yeah.
I know you have always been really fond of San Francisco. Do you imagine yourself, and I know this is a big question to ask, but do you imagine yourself within those next 5 years, which I'm assuming are really big for you because you want to do a lot before you're 30?
Mm-hmm.
Do you imagine yourself back in San Francisco, like living there,
Mm,
at least in that time
and
frame?
yeah, and maybe I don't think so. I feel like I might move out there when I'm like after I'm 30.
Hmm.
I feel like I still want to experience here because I feel like, yeah, I was born and raised in LA, but as I was growing up, I experienced more San Francisco than I did here because I was like, I mean, my parents were a little strict on me of like going out and stuff, and especially I was just always scared about going out. And not until I went to San Francisco that I finally was able to explore and like finally just be on my own, right? So I feel like I want to do that with LA. Like as much as I sometimes I'm like, man, I kind of don't like LA, but that's because like I experienced San Francisco as like a younger adult, you know. I
Hmm.
experienced it on my own, and I feel like I want to experience LA a lot on my own. And I don't know, I feel like especially in the last like, I guess, year. I mean, COVID happened, but like in the last year and a half or 2 years that I've been here, um, I feel like I've experienced a lot and I've met a lot of people. So I feel like I'm starting to grow, I guess, my little community out here again. So I don't know, maybe I'll be here for like the next few years, but I do want to move back. Like I do want to go to San Francisco. But that's mostly because I want to experience it as an adult because I feel like I experienced it as a student.
Hmm.
So I experienced it in a whole different way. So I do want to move back, see how it is as an adult, work there for a bit, and I don't know. I guess from there I'll see if I'll stay in San Francisco or if I'll move back to LA. But I feel like I don't want to leave like the West Coast.
Really?
Yeah,
Why is that?
I don't know. I love California. I love like everything on this side. I mean, I would like to visit like New York. I know we have family there. But I don't know. I feel like there's just something about like this side
You
that's
should get
just
a
nice.
West Side Till I Die, like right here as your next tattoo.
Right. I mean, I technically do. I have like a California poppy, and it kind of just represents California because I love all of California. Like I've seen some of it. Like I've gone to San Francisco, San Diego, LA, and like I just want to go higher up. I want to keep going up until I get to Canada.
Wow. Well, I mean, talking about your experiences of when you were younger compared to now, are there any regrets or anything you wish you had done differently looking back on your life now that
Mhm.
you just reached 25? Because 25 to a lot of people is kind of like quarter life, right?
Mhm.
That's like where you've lived a quarter of your life. Do you feel like anything in your life has happened where you feel like you wish you had reacted or done something different, or are you fine with the mistakes that you've made?
I feel like now I'm fine with the mistakes that I've made because I feel like, especially when I was younger, like um I feel like sometimes I didn't think things through, because I had a young mind and like I didn't understand like about other people's feelings and stuff. Mostly was just about me and like my feelings and all that stuff. So sometimes I felt like I was selfish, and then the other part was that I was really shy at the same time, and I feel like sometimes I kind of regret being like really shy because I feel like I prevented myself from experiencing other things when I was younger. But I feel like now I've been like, yeah, it's okay. Like I always feel like things happen for a reason, and I feel like the way I experienced life, I feel like it happened for a reason, and like it taught me a lot. Because I feel like that's why now I feel super mature on like the things that I do, because like I learned a lot when I was young. And I feel like sometimes I did have to mature a little fast, because just in like our household, it felt like I had to grow up at a really young age sometimes, which I'm okay with. Like I'm like it gave me like a, I don't know. I feel like it gave me like a smarter, stronger mind
Give you
of like,
strengths.
yeah, of like facing the world now as an adult. So like now I'm okay with everything, and like I feel like I don't have regrets anymore, because of the fact that I've learned to understand from my mistakes, and I was like, okay, like I went through this, right? But I understand that I went through this because I was really young, or like stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I feel like I don't have any regrets. Like I'm glad that everything happened the way it
Mhm.
happened.
How about for any of our viewers or listeners who could be young women who maybe are like, they're not exactly 25 yet, maybe, or maybe some of them are. What advice would you give to younger women now that you're 25 and you are where you are?
Um, Damn.
It's a big
I
question,
feel,
I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It might make it easier if you envision what would you tell your younger self if
Mm.
you could, yeah, like a young, like 11-year-old Julissa that just like popped
I'm
into
like,
you.
bro, remember stuff, bro. No, I feel like, yeah, I feel like I think the reason I also can't remember things is because I just wasn't like, what is it like? How would you say it? Like, you know how when people are like, you're not hearing me, or you're not listening to me, I feel like I wasn't enjoying the moments. Like I was just like, whatever. Like I was just letting them pass by.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's why I don't remember them as much, because I was just like letting them happen. And I think that would be the thing. It's just like enjoy the moments. Like enjoy that you're 11, or enjoy that you're 15. Like enjoy every year. And I know sometimes people are like, oh, it's just like a number every year, like, or whatever. But it's like, no, like you're eventually you're growing up. Like eventually it's just like, bro, you're like 30. Like you're an
Mhm.
adult,
Mhm.
you're
And you
not, you're
let the
no,
years pass.
yeah, and you let the years pass. So I feel like that would be my advice, is just like enjoy the moments, um and do what you want to do. Like don't listen to other people, always do stuff for yourself. And like I don't know, I feel I'm trying to think like exactly like what advice would be good.
Mhm.
But I feel like um I don't know, I feel like for me, I mean, I'm not saying like I know my stuff now. I
Mhm.
still feel a little lost. I'm 25 and I still feel a little lost. But I feel like it's okay. It's okay. I guess that it would be. If I were to talk to myself if I was younger, I would be like, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be chill, bro. You're chilling. And don't stress about stuff. Like just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy, especially. And just experience life. Like enjoy it. I know sometimes it could be stressful and hard, but just enjoy like the small things sometimes too. Um,
In this new year, are you gonna try to get more out of your comfort zone, or are you kind of just gonna take things slow?
I feel like I might take the get more out of my comfort zone. I think that's how you say it, right? Yeah. I'm
Because you,
25, bro.
because
Yeah,
you,
slept on. Not
because you mentioned that
kidding.
you mentioned that you were really shy and you really wouldn't talk about,
Mhm.
which is ironic because you're literally talking
On
on the podcast
yeah.
that is literally ours. So it just shows you guys at home, like when you get out of your comfort zone, a lot of good things can happen. And in that basis, I just wanted to know, like, are you gonna try something new for this new year that's
Mhm.
more obscure than what you said about your health goers? Like, are you gonna learn how to surf?
Bro, I
Are
want to
you?
skydive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted to skydive, and I feel like I finally want to do it. I'm scared because I think about like in movies when they would show like or especially when we would go up in the mountains in Mexico, and you
Mhm.
could see like the land.
Mhm.
I can imagine that like all the way up, and it scares me, but I'm still down. I'm down to try it. Bro, I'm down to do a lot of things, and that's why I mean a little more like personal stuff. I do have a lot of jobs. And that's why I'm trying to like leave some, because I feel like I want to have more time for myself. And I
Mhm.
feel like that's the big thing for me, like this upcoming year, is that I want to do a lot more things. So I want to explore a lot more. I feel like it's the same thing. I've always been scared to go
Mhm.
out by myself, but I feel like I want to start doing a lot of more things by myself.
Like self-care or with friends?
I feel like I wanna like it's kind of like semi travel by myself. But I do want to do a lot more things with friends and like family. Because I feel like we have been here, but we've also all been busy with work and like school.
Yeah.
So it would be nice, you know, to have a little vacation as the whole family and
Yeah.
all my friends and stuff. So that would be cool.
I always think about how with my birthday that was just a few weeks ago, how we were drinking with our cousin Jesus. Shout out to Jesus. And we were drinking with his girlfriend, and I was just thinking about how, and then our other cousin, what's his name?
Oh, Liberio?
Yeah, Liberio. I don't mean to be like, what's his name? It's because I just met him for like the first time.
Yeah.
But we're all around the same age, and I find it fun that like since we're all around the same age, we can just drink and do stuff, and like we're a family. Because growing up, we were really close with our cousins. Like we had our cousin Jesus. Shout out to our cousin Oscar, who's a Marine, doing his thing.
Oh yeah, Eric,
Eric. But like as we grew up, like especially around our teen years, we kind of all like separated because we all were all doing our own thing. And only until recently, now that we're adults and we have our own money, I feel like it's really cool that we can do stuff like that. Like we go camping and then see like what happens. Like maybe I'll break my leg and it'll be this whole story.
The
Like-
first time ever we break a bone.
Oh yeah. You see, there's that. I mean, you're 25, Julian. You made it to not breaking a bone. How does it feel?
That's true. I might now because I be skateboarding sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
my ass, so
Are you gonna try to? Is that one of your goals too?
I feel like there were so many things that I started during quarantine, like skateboarding. I wanna go back. Oh, you know what I want to get back into? I want to get back into being artsy again, like creative and like drawing. Remember, I used to draw so much. I lost that once like I started high school because I didn't have time. I had so much homework. Well, kind of middle school because we had like 8 essays to do like every single time.
You wouldn't. Well, don't even get me started. But you wouldn't doodle. Like you wouldn't doodle on your notebook.
I would, but it would be the same thing, and I wouldn't like my mind just wouldn't get out of like the same thing.
Well, like flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Or the eye. Everybody draws the eye.
But yeah, shout out to the chat, the TGN chat. Mysterious Jax, happy birthday, Jalissa. Thank you, Mysterious Jax. You better celebrate yourself. Not everyone has a radio show. You're right. That's such a Latinx thing, working on your b-day. Yeah, we out here grinding. I gotta treat myself, you know, and I am expensive sometimes.
Wow. For all the guys listening out there.
And then shout out to the YouTube live chat. Haylene Lopez, hey, shout out. She said, "Happy birthday, Jalissa." I'm here supporting you from work.
Wow.
and to all of y'all. Oh, thank you, Haley. Love you. That's my sister from San Francisco State. Gammas, be out. And then she said, 10 out of 10 recommend going to skydive at Santa Barbara. Ooh, I'm down. Let's go. Primos Chidos.
The Primos Chidos
skydive.
skydive. Brandon, would you be down?
He's like, maybe when I'm
Maybe,
25.
maybe.
He's like, maybe when I'm 25.
I know. Do you don't like heights, right?
I don't know. I never really thought about it, to be honest. I never really thought about skydiving. So, but if it's something, I don't know.
You're not a thrill seeker, man.
I used to say that when I was a kid. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
What was the crazy shit you would do as a kid?
No, I just would say that because I like the term adrenaline junkie. I thought that was funny.
I always used to say I was a risk taker.
A risk taker.
But every once in a while I would risk something.
Mm.
But it
That's cool.
was more of like talking to people though. I'd be like, hey, I'm a risk taker, and I tell it how it is. Sometimes.
Oh, you're a straight shooter. I see. Go ahead, Julie. Tell me how it is. Tell me something right now. Tell me some truths about me.
About you?
Yeah. Go ahead. Now that you're 25, use this power over me.
Damn, I feel like I'm gonna be mean though. No.
She's gonna
Because
roast
you're my
me.
brother. It's because you're my brother.
She's gonna be like,
Something-
get that crooked nose.
Bruh.
Get those disgusting teeth.
I'm be like, bro, stop being so loud.
I know. My sister thinks I'm so loud. She was telling me yesterday I was outside her room, just smoking a CBD. You know,
was screaming.
Just chilling.
Screaming
I was
his
on
head
the
off.
phone,
Screaming,
and my
bro.
sister swears I was screaming the entire night. She's like, I was trying to sleep. I swear to you, I was out there for like 5 minutes.
Our chat's blowing up. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh yeah, Julie.
Oh yeah, to the live chat on the app, Brianna Torres 760. You're doing great, Jalissa. Glad to be here listening on another episode. Love y'all. Love this podcast. Oh, thank you, Bree. She's also a sister from SF State.
Oh, so the
Gammas.
the gammas came to play today.
What do they say? A sister from another mister?
I love y'all.
I also want to say thank you to the gammas. I used to edit for the gammas when you guys
Oh,
would
yeah.
have like your videos. I hope you guys are all still doing good. I'm kind of like the unofficial brother to the fucking gammas because I would edit their shit. I hope you guys are all doing good.
This was before they were born.
Oh,
JK.
in terms of like the
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the bro Steve.
Hi,
So-
nice to meet you. I'm here with my sister. It's her birthday, and it's a good day. And I think it's about time that Brandon got a chance to speak.
Ooh.
Oh.
What you got for us, Brandon?
I got a missed call. No. It's probably a scam. Let's see.
Scam. Oh my god.
That wasn't on purpose either. That was, so like I said, I like to share. I want to start sharing positive quotes. So this is from Carl Sagan, the great educator. He says, "Every one of us is, in the cosmic perspective, precious. If a human disagrees with you, let him live. In 100 billion galaxies, you will not find another."
Wow.
So happy birthday! Maybe you could do something with that.
That was his gift to you.
Can you turn me up a little bit? I sound a little hollow.
Is that good?
You know what that makes
Yeah,
me, that makes
that's actually way better.
Alright.
you know what that makes me think, and it makes me think back to you,
Mm.
Julie, about your birthday, because I always
Mm.
feel like birthdays just bring up these questions of like existential dread
Mhm.
of like, do you didn't have any like existential dread at all? And I'm sorry, not. I hope I'm not like stealing your
It's
segment.
okay. No.
I was really wondering, like, there's really no existential dread at all. Like, there's nothing about you that you're like, oh damn, like I'm 25, like, or like death is at my door. No, I'm just kidding.
Like in terms of that, no, not really. I feel like I legit feel like we're still really young. I feel
Mhm.
like it's the only reason I feel like we've been seeing like this big thing of stuff is because like our parents, our parents had us at a really young age, or for some
I
of
get
us,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Or for some of us, like our parents already were like living on their own and had
Mhm.
their own houses, and
Mhm.
especially like for some of us, like our parents left their whole country at a young age.
Yeah.
And for us, like it's kind of like it feels like we're backtracking or like we're falling behind on certain things, but I feel like 25 is still really young, and I even feel like 30s is still really young.
Mm.
So I don't know, I feel like I'm not having a crisis yet.
Mhm.
I feel like if I eventually like can't find anything, like being where I want to be when I'm older, I feel like then I'll have a crisis.
Smile, Julie. I just feel like the lighting looks really cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
But again, shout out to the chat. Brianna Torres 760 said, "Hey, come back and help edit. You're our honorary bro."
I'm sorry, I'm way
He's-
too busy now.
He's retired now.
Yeah.
He's making his own career.
I have my hands shake now when I try and edit.
Like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like Doctor Strange, exactly. Like I need physical therapy to.
But yeah, Brandon, what else you got for us today?
There's two things. One's unrelated. I just thought it was kind of funny. So you know how there's a pet shop by your house?
Yeah.
On the street, Cypress.
Oh shit!
That's
just-
that's just the main road. That's just the main road.
He just
That's the main
doxed
road.
me live
That's
on
just-
the
that's just the
air.
main road. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna have people. I'm gonna have people at my door, dude.
But you know, you know that street, right? You know how there's a pet shop.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
have you seen how they have like the cages and there's a rooster? There's a bunch of roosters.
The one that's next.
They're like really like that. That pet shop looks like it.
That
gets
is
its pets
kinda
from a-
hidden?
It's like it looks like an illegal pet shop. almost.
It's like
Exposing.
you know,
I feel like I need an. Is it? I want to say the restaurant
It's the
name.
one. It's the one by like
Next to the restaurant?
What you would assume is a Tierra Mia. What I always.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about then. Yeah.
But
you're saying?
anyways, I was driving by, and I always drive by there and look because they always have like a rooster or a dog in like a tiny cage, and I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Well, because anyways, they had a rooster, right, and it was like literally the rooster was just kind of like it couldn't walk, right,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, that sucks, and I was like, I'm gonna go buy that rooster and I'm gonna set him free, and I was like. Where would I do that? Like, where would I set a rooster free? And I was like, where do roosters come from? Like, like what are wild roosters? And I googled it, and they're all the way in like Asia. So I was like, I'd have to like ship it to Asia. So I was like, I guess I can't. I can't do that.
it could be like a movie adventure, dude. It could be like you buy it and then you take a flight to Asia and then over
And-
there you get kidnapped.
And then only for the rooster to get eaten in the wild. But another thing I was gonna bring up because you brought it up, you know, cheetahs, right? Like the fast cat.
Yeah.
They have bad anxiety, like really bad anxiety, because they're
Right.
like actual anxiety apparently.
Mhm.
So in zoos they put dogs with them, like friendly dogs,
Really?
like because it helps them feel comfortable, like it because they
Uh-huh.
have bad anxiety. Because in the wild, cheetahs I think have a really high success rate in like catching prey, but they're not very good at defending it because they're like really fragile
Uh-huh.
because they run so fast. So they always get their stuff stolen, or they're getting hunted, or basically like they're kind of punching bags. Which
Mhm.
that always kind of makes me sad because I'm like, oh,
Really?
they're anxious about it. Like it's in their
Uh-huh.
code how anxious they are.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, because you asked, I was like, what makes you anxious about the upcoming?
About
Because I
what?
feel not to be, I don't think it's a negative thing because I feel like sometimes talking about your anxieties makes you realize that they're not all that serious.
Mhm.
So what are you anxious about now that you're 25?
What am I anxious about?
Mhm.
I'm really anxious about how life is gonna be next.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I'm like a little anxious of like what I'm gonna do next. Like what's gonna happen with life. Because I feel like I know a lot of changes are gonna happen in like the next few weeks for me. Um and I feel like I have right now that's my anxiety of like what's gonna happen once I leave, or make these changes that are gonna happen. And if I'm gonna be satisfied with those changes. Um because it is a little nerve wracking, right? Because it's kind of like still like not knowing where I want to go or where I want to be. So I feel like I'm kind of anxious in that, but at the same time, I feel like I'm also very optimistic that like I'll be fine. I feel like I have a very good like support system, and I feel like I've met a lot of people, and that I'm very grateful that I've met, like just in the few months that I've been like doing everything that I've been doing so far, and I feel like I'll be fine. Like I feel like that's the one other thing is that when I say like I was really shy when I was younger is that now that like I'm growing up and I'm talking to people, I feel like especially getting where you want to be, you do have to talk to people and like network. Because I feel like that's we wouldn't be here either, you know, if I hadn't met like people in college or like people, you know. So I feel like I am a little anxious of like what's gonna happen next, with like my career and like my life. But I feel like same thing. I think I'll be okay. Yeah,
That's good.
you know.
That's
Wow.
good.
That is really good. I find it, you know what? Just going back to the rooster story really quick. I told you this, but for those of you who are listening who didn't know this, one time I was driving home from the gym,
Mhm.
and we kind of live like on the side of this mountain. For those of you who don't know, oh shit, you said Cyprus too. Okay, anyways,
Don't repeat it.
My
bro.
bad.
Don't repeat it. They forgot
Anyways,
about
I was
it.
driving up this road, and
That's unrelated to where you live.
yeah, that's in Orange County.
Yeah.
And there was this coyote there, and in the coyote's mouth was this chicken who I couldn't tell if the chicken was still alive, but its body, by the way it looks,
Basically, even if it was, not for much longer.
yeah. And I remember same with you. I had like that instinct of wanting to like stop it, to be like chase after it. But obviously, the minute it saw me, it ran away and it ran into this alley, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do.
Mhm.
I remember my mom told me like you shouldn't do anything even if you could, because that's just life. I mean, the same way of the chicken wants to live, the coyote also wants to live. The coyote
Yeah.
has a right to live, and it'll do anything it can to live, and you have no say in it. You have no, like, just because you feel bad for the chicken, like, why wouldn't you feel bad for the coyote?
Yeah.
And in the terms of like the cheetah, it makes me think like you feel bad for the cheetah, but I wonder if like whoever stole the cheetah stuff, whoever like took whatever the cheetah did, it's like an act of survival, right?
You know what's interesting about that though is some animals just kill cheetahs. Like,
For no reason.
yeah.
But I mean, that's the human mindset, though.
I don't know. I feel like
Like we say it's for no reason, but do like it's like what
but
if we?
I don't think it's like that. I think it's just more. I don't know. I feel bad for the cheetah that it has anxiety. That it's
Mhm.
that its existence has been so so tough
that it's in like
that
its
it
genetic
that, it,
code.
that it's in its genetic code to be terrified constantly.
No.
And to me, I'm like, that's a damn shame.
To you, you're like
It's
relatable.
it's more like because I one day, if I'm ever rich in power, I'd like to have like an animal sanctuary where I rescue animals that are like that, because a lot of times animals like
Tiger King.
no, more like because sometimes animals they just can't survive in the wild anymore. Like they're too, something happened to them where they like, if you release them, like the chicken that I was telling you about, it's just not gonna survive. Like it's too domesticated, or it doesn't know how to hunt. And I'm like,
But where does that come from you? Like, what makes you want to do that? Because obviously that's such like a selfless thing to do, and also not everybody is like that. 'Cause some people would be like, "Who gives a fuck about animals?" You know.
I like helping. I like helping things and
But
people.
if you deep dive into it, do you think it comes from somewhere, or to you it's just so like, it's just a feeling that you have no idea where it comes from. It just, you know that you feel it.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like I agree. I used to get up early, not to take the spotlight from you.
It isn't just about me.
It is. It's your birthday, Julie. Of course, it's all about you.
It's all about you.
But I like sharing the love, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-huh.
You.
My parents used to wake up really early to go to work, like 3, 4, and obviously I was like a kid. And Ryan, my sister, she was a baby, so she wouldn't wake up, but I'd kind of be up, and that they'd play reruns of Crocodile Hunter, and I really liked that show. And it was crushing when the guy passed, but so rest in peace. But I remember one time he said, there was like this picture of like he was watching like a snake kill something. He was like, I know it's rough, but it's nature's way. And I like that, and I agree with that. But I feel like sometimes there's a lot of things that aren't nature's way that I feel like that makes me feel sad that they are the way the things that they are.
Have you always felt that way since you were a kid?
I don't know. I just feel like things deserve sympathy. What's wrong with a little? I feel like the world would be a better place if we all showed a little sympathy.
I guess it's kind of like how you said how what was his name? I know Steve Irwin, right? When Steve Irwin was saying that that's just nature, and like, or how my mom said like, you gotta let it be. I guess like it makes me think like, the reason I asked if it's always been that way is because some people would look at that and say, yeah, that's just nature and you have to live with it, and you have to just let it be. But with you, it's more of like, I want to use that I was blessed with my human nature of having like a lot of choices.
Like,
and one of the choices I want to make is to like save animals.
Like, well, like, yeah, I'd also want to like, I always, there's this guy who on YouTube who's, his name's Crazy Russian Hacker, and I remember when I was in high school, he's like, I want to start keeping bees, and it just looked really cool, and I was like, I want to keep bees because I like bees, so I'd like to do that too. But what I'm talking about is like, have you seen that picture of the polar bear that's like all skinny? That makes me sad.
I know what you're talking
that
about,
makes me sad because it's like, I get, nature happens and it's rough in that way, but that wasn't nature. That was us.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, I want to right a little bit of the wrong.
Yeah. I feel you, because I feel like where you're coming from, it's like we kind of interrupted their nature, and like we're kind of getting into them, and like that's how it's affecting like their habitats and stuff. So I feel that, because I also am like mad that like we've kind of also been like hurting Earth and all that stuff, and like hurting nature and stuff. And it's like we say we're like, helping it now, but it's kind of like it feels like we're kind of a little late on it because of how far like we've been hurting it so much, and like nature, and it makes me sad when things are going like extinct now, like animals, and I'm like, damn, bro.
And you went to the aquarium recently, right?
Yeah.
Did you have that kind of thought when you were there?
Well, yeah, because every time on the sign it would tell you like which animals are extinct or why they don't have, or like why they don't have them there. And I was kind of like, damn. Even when I was there, I was kind of like, man, this kind of sucks though. Like, why do we have them here?
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I was like, why do we have aquariums, or like, why do we have zoos? Like we're taking them out of like their habitat and whatever. So at the same time, like when I go to those places, like I do get those thoughts of like, then why do we have them here? But I get like for some, like it's like they still have like hospitals for them, like they help them out or whatever.
Some of them are like, they say it's for education, or these animals, like I said, like
Wouldn't survive.
they wouldn't survive, or they use them for breeding so they can reintroduce them. And I dig that. If I had it, I'd probably go into that. Like there's this video online of this guy who plays piano for elephants because he has like a bunch of elephants that,
Really?
and the elephants will their ears because they like the sound. I just think that's really pretty. That that nobody kind of
That is beautiful.
nobody extends any like or like the gorilla that Robin Williams talked to.
Uh-huh.
I just think that's really pretty, and I wish there was a little more
It's
of
kind
that.
of like we're being one with them.
Yeah,
And
like
it makes me think like what do animals what their perception is as of us.
yeah,
Like
because like there's those videos of whales that have like nets on them, and they'll come up to people basically saying, "Hey, can you help me out?"
yeah.
And to me, like cheetahs, like I get like if nature decides if nature selects cheetahs or something or whatever for extinction, fine by me. That's not my place to interfere. But I don't like that we helped in a
Mm,
way that wasn't we didn't need to help. You know what I mean? That we didn't need to eat them. We
like
didn't need to.
buffaloes.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just makes me feel icky inside.
But it's weird because putting it in that way, it separates us from nature, right? Because
Yeah.
it's saying that because if we were animals, then it wouldn't be true because it'd be like our nature to make those animals extinct. Then that is part of nature because we're animals. But saying that it's not part of it, it's like artificial. It kind of separates us from the animal kingdom, and it makes me think like, do you think we're at a point where we are separated from animals? Because
Mm,
because whatever your answer is to that question is how you can address stuff like that, like extinction and like and how you should feel about hunting and stuff like
I
that.
don't think we are separated from animals. I just think we try to separate ourselves from animals. Like I always said, I really like the natives how they interact with nature. Like or like people who like they hunt but they use everything of the animal. Like I vibe with that. Like I vibe with respecting that. I don't know. I just can't really articulate why I have so much sympathy for nature.
No, I get you. I guess to me, it's like it almost reminds me of a video game. It's like you Minecraft, right? You create your own world, and you have that power. But the animals who exist in that game,
Mhm.
they don't have. Let's say they were sentient, right? They're not aware of this power that you hold.
Well, like I remember like I used to really eat a lot of meat. Like I remember my dad would always be like, "You're gonna get gout, son," and
Mhm.
that's something I think happens when you eat a lot of meat. I remember during the pandemic, I just suddenly stopped. Like something, it just started turning gross. Like I remember that my parents made steak, and I remember being like, "That's a dead animal." Like something about that just feels weird, and I was like, "I want to be that animal. Probably wants to be as alive as I want to be."
But
You know what I
like,
mean?
see, like stuff like that though really makes me think more of like, are we beyond like nature? Because I feel like nature itself, like animals, they would never have a thought like that unless they were obviously genetically like
You never know
vegetarians,
though.
right?
Like, there's stories that I think are really interesting. Like the guy who was on Joe Rogan, who was a swimmer, an Olympic swimmer, and he swam across the ocean. And there he was talking about how this big whale was following him, and he was like, "Oh, should I be afraid?" To the guy who's guiding him, the guy's like, "No, like those whales are really they're known to be friendly." And they go, "I think the whale thinks." The guy said that his instructor was like, "I'm pretty sure the whale thinks you're an injured seal, and there's sharks around here, and the whale's like escorting you." That's just I feel like nature shows sympathy to us, and I think sympathy is a really interesting thing. I don't know, I just like it.
I don't
Feel
know.
that.
It's
I
interesting.
don't know. I've always been curious of that too because I was telling my friends yesterday when we were at the aquarium. I was like, you don't think they know, like, you don't think they're conscious or
I
like
think
that they
they
know
are.
that they're fishes right now? Like, I legit was asking that. I was like, do you think that they know, like, we're staring at them on the other side? And they were saying that, like, I think so, one of them was mentioning that some of the fishes do get sad, because I guess like during the pandemic, no one was visiting them, so they were really sad that people weren't coming.
Wow.
See, I feel like I don't know. I
It,
don't think again. I don't think it's like to me. It's not like I don't like nature killing. It's just more like again. I feel like something weird about how our interactions with nature have been.
but I feel like for certain cultures, and I'm not gonna mention which cultures, but for certain cultures, it's become very like desensitized to nature to the point of where they feel like if they heard what you were saying, they would be like,
Stop
"Dude,
being a
who gives a fuck?" Like,
no,
who?
but that's why like I feel like I don't. I literally hunting, eating meat. I don't care. I don't care if that's what you do. It's just more like hunting an elk, like a giant elk. and that's lived in its entire life in the wild. And you're saying this because people say like you hunt an elk or a moose, it's like a year, 2 years worth of food, and it lived in the wild, and it was probably gonna get ripped apart by wolves anyways. So you shooting it, it's probably a humane. But a cow, which is basically engineered by people to be food, and they just stand there the entirety
Most
of
of
their
their
life.
life,
They have a
yeah.
hole in the side of their
Uh,
they have a hole in the side of their stomach because
Mm.
they can't digest corn. I don't know. That just feels like it feels wrong to me because I have the power to not contribute to that. I get some people like money's tight. It's not. I don't think you're wrong for eating meat if money's tight and stuff like that. But I have the opportunity to like
Say no, choose different.
I have it's available to me.
Yeah.
And to me that's why I was like I feel a little personally I feel a little
Rec-
obligated.
Recently, I got high and I ordered some Popeyes, right?
Mhm.
And I remember I was eating it and I was watching TV, and then during TV, like this ad came up from like PETA about like, oh, animals and all this stuff. And I remember I literally had like the chicken tender in my mouth, and then I started looking at it, and I was like, damn, this is like a chicken. Like this is somebody's like meat. Like the same way how I have meat in my body right now.
Mhm.
This is like a chicken, like an animal, a life cooked and like then deep fried.
Mhm.
And I got so grossed out, I stopped eating. And
Right?
I remember I was kind of pissed because I was hungry, but I just couldn't eat it anymore. I was
Right.
just like, because it's one thing also to like eat meat, but then fast food specifically,
Mhm.
it's like so inhumane and
Mhm.
like so
The poor
gross.
thing they basically didn't have a life. And
Yeah.
it's just they deep fry it and it's here you go. You know what I
And
mean?
and it's not like I'm saying like, oh, they're bad and I'm good,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
I'm literally
Yeah.
eating the
Yeah,
motherfucker.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm literally I paid money for this. Like
Mhm.
I was literally in the midst of eating it. I just like started thinking about it, and I was like, it's like deep fried, and then I'm putting it in sauce, like in ranch, which is like it's kind of, it really grossed me out, and I was genuinely pissed about the fact that I couldn't eat it anymore. But it made me think about like, damn, all this is happening just because I'm high, and
Mhm.
like when you're high, you go into deep thought,
Mhm.
and it makes me think like, I wonder if everybody just truly stopped for a second and before every meal and just thought and looked into like how their food was made, if we would all eat better, and if we would all like change
Mhm.
like how our culture and how our country eats,
Yeah.
you know.
That's right. That's why I'm like I'm not pushing it. It's always just me. Like it's just my opinion. It's
Mhm.
never anybody else's. Like I don't know. Like I was just my dog was like being weird the other day. It was cold.
He was
And
being
he
weird.
doesn't like being inside because like he has a little mat where if he wants to be inside he can be inside, but he doesn't really like it. Like he likes going outside.
Uh-huh.
So like usually he's just outside. And he's massive. So like
No,
it's
he's a
not-
big dog.
It's
dude.
not like I can just have that guy on the couch. But like it was cold and he was kind of like whining to come inside. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, you're talking to me. That's weird. Like, you're telling me you're cold and you want to be inside. Like
Let me
that's interesting.
in.
Dude, no, yeah, honestly, I'm sorry. You have more to say? No,
Well,
I was gonna.
the only thing I was gonna add is, have you seen those videos on TikToks where they have cows that they rescue from dairy farms, and they let them out into a field, and the cow just starts playing? To me, I'm like,
Oh, that's
"Ah."
so sad.
You know what I mean? Like the
That's so
cow will play,
sad.
or they give the cow a ball and the cow plays. I'm like,
I
you know?
mean, because that shows that it was very aware that it was
Yeah.
restricted, and
Yeah.
now to be free, it's like you think about humans when they've been locked up,
Mhm.
either by the prison system or in terms of World War II when Jewish people were in concentration camps, and like they lost their shit once they were released. You know, a lot of victims of concentration camps, they died because they overate and they got energy shock, and it gives me a lot of sympathy because we do underestimate the intelligence of animals and
Yeah.
like how much they feel, and it makes me think that what's really does separate us from animals, is it like our intelligence or is it our emotions? Because if you look at our emotions, we have a lot of similar emotions. And going back to what you said about your dog, about like, it's weird that you're talking to me. Another time I was high, this always happens when I'm high, I have like existential like crises. I was high and I was outside, obviously, because I didn't want to smoke inside my house. And I was playing with my dog Rocky. You know Rocky. He's like a little baby, and I remember I was petting him, and I was like having like the time of my life. And then like the way he was looking at me reminded me of something that had happened like a few months ago, And I was just in my head as I was petting him, and I was just saying like, I was just thinking to myself like, blah, blah, blah. I was talking to myself, and I was, even though I was staring at him, I was inside my mind, so I wasn't really seeing what was in front of me. I was just petting him, and I swear to you, like 5 minutes passed by, and suddenly like I clicked back into where I was, and I realized I was just still petting Rocky, and Rocky was just he was just sitting there just looking at me, and I feel like he could sense that like I was like, "What's up, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
what are you thinking about?" And he was so calm, like just like there letting me pet him. And I was like, "You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Like you're really good." I love that dog, dude. I really fucking love that dog. Like,
Yeah, not kidding.
But yeah, you guys should definitely check out those videos in zoos where cheetahs get dogs.
You know
It's really
what?
wholesome.
That's my next thing. Now that it's my birthday, I'm gonna stop eating meat. Not kidding. I'm gonna watch how I eat.
That's
I think
good.
that's the next part of it. I'm gonna watch how I eat.
But yeah, I'd like to rescue a dairy cow or two. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
Well, because I never realized, like, I remember learning in school, they were like, I just always thought, I guess just ignorance, I was like, cows just make milk all the time. And they're like, no, dude, like, they have to force them to get pregnant, and then they starve the calf because that they're going to drink up all the milk.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, ugh, that's just. So I drink almond milk now, and I do, and I genuinely
Okay.
just
a
like it
lot of
better.
a lot of people I've noticed that have started to kind of hate on milk, on regular dairy milk. And I get it. But that one's kind of hard for me to give up just because like I feel like dairy milk, and then this is there's a hot take. Like this might be the biggest hot take in Primos Chidos history, but I feel like milk, like a glass of milk, is not as gross as people say it is. I
don't
feel
think it's
like
gross.
a lot of people say it is gross. Like, and I get it though. I get it. Like I'm not ignorant at all. I know how it's made. I know where it's come from. I know people say they dye it, and like that's not the real color of it. I know that, but like my taste buds don't like they don't agree. They're like, nah, it's Max.
You like
And
milk
like,
a lot?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. I think I just grew up used to milk, and so like to me, like if I'm eating chocolate or I'm eating something that's super sugary, like a cinnamon bun, to me, like a glass of milk is the perfect thing to neutralize it.
You should try oat milk, bro.
I've tried. I mean, I tried it on my like coffee and stuff.
But you should try it like a glass of oat milk. I'm telling you, I genuinely at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna drink it because it's better, but now I just genuinely like the taste better. Like I genuinely just like the taste
Really?
better. You should try it. Just saying, because they have like vanilla oat milk and stuff with
Yeah.
flavors.
I've tried. I mean, I tell you, I put oat milk on my coffee. Like I don't put regular milk, and like I like hot chocolate too. Like to me, I know people make hot chocolate with water, but I mean, it's whatever. It's okay, I guess. Like it's weird. Like I feel like if somebody really wanted me to give up meat, I would do it. I would do
but
it.
not milk.
But I don't know why. Just milk is like it's like, bro, what am I gonna eat my cereal with?
That's
Like,
fine.
It's funny because I feel like growing up we would always have a glass of milk or something, or at least like a milkshake.
yeah,
Mom would
you know
always
what?
make us milkshakes in the morning.
That's totally what it is
And
too.
usually she would make us that and like maybe like an egg or like something. But every single time, like even now, like if I say like, oh, I'm not gonna eat dinner, like I already ate too much, they're like, oh, just drink a glass of milk.
Yeah,
They're always like before you go to bed, drink a glass of milk.
yeah, it helps you go to sleep. Like my mom's remedy for not for like diseases or anything, but for just like either if you're hungry or you don't feel like eating
Or
you
you
want to
wanna-
go to sleep.
Or you don't want to be hungover the next day.
Yeah,
glass of
it's like
milk.
milk.
She's like,
Glass of
drink
milk.
milk.
So it's like
That's
weirdly
fine.
embedded in my diet so severely.
And the way they do it now is like I think they get like the carts or like they get like the raw milk. I don't know from where, but
Oh,
they get the raw
yeah.
milk and they put it in glass now because they're like it tastes a lot better in glass.
So my parents,
They're like big fanatics.
Yeah, they
of,
love
like,
milk.
Yeah.
I'd drink more milk and eat more eggs if like I like I said I want to live way out in the woods or whatever, and I was like I'd like to have a few chickens, like and let them. I wouldn't eat them, but I'd be like every now and again I'd have some eggs, or like I'd have a dairy cow that I rescued, and I'd have some milk.
No, yeah, I mean my parents, like I'm telling you, they are kind of like milk fanatics. That they only buy milk from a certain brand. That's like it says that it's like pasture farm. It's called raw milk. It's like pasture farm, and the little emblem has like a cow like in a pasture. I don't know if it is. It could be bullshitting.
Is it the one with
But,
the
like-
chocolate? They have the chocolate milk one too.
Oh, the one from
I like the chocolate milk one. That's the glass one. They don't. That's the only
I
chocolate
think
milk I
so.
like.
I
is the
think
one
so.
That's the big glass.
yeah,
That one's
and
good.
you drink it straight from the yeah. I think it's I
Well,
think it is that one.
Funny enough, milk used to be big in America. My dad always talks about how they used to have the milkman,
The
Oh,
got
yeah.
milk.
the milkman that would bring the milk to everybody.
Got milk was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's only until recently that people started kind of going against it, but I mean reasonably. Like I said, like I know everything that happens.
No, but yeah, if I ever get a ranch, you guys can get honey from me and fresh honey and milk.
Wow.
And eggs.
I'll be like, bro, is beekeeping easy? And then you'll take off your bee mask and you have like your stung all over your face and be like, no, there's a learning curve.
Strawberry milk underrated.
Strawberry milk is
Patty
underrated.
with Fatty.
Oh yeah, Patty with a Fatty always
He's
here.
in the chat.
Patty with a Fatty, I'm almost insulted that you didn't wish my sister a happy birthday, but I'll let it slide.
He ignored it, bro. What was I gonna say?
Julie, go ahead. You talk. I'm sorry we went over here.
Yeah.
We went over.
No, you're chilling. This conversation was interesting. I forgot what I was gonna say. It was about the milk. Oh yeah, but I saw a TikTok too of this girl. She, instead of, you know how they always show the videos of like when the girl gets a dog or a cat, she got a cow. And then
wow.
she got a cow, and her boyfriend's like, or her husband is like walking in, and she's like, don't be mad. she's like watch out with the door, because it was like laying next to like the door, and he was like, just watch out for the door, and then he's like, where the hell did you get a cow from? And it's like a baby cow. It's like a small cow. She's like, and he's like, where? And he wasn't mad. He was just like, where did you find one? How did you get it?
Bro, how would you feel on your 25th if I got you a baby cow?
I'd be like, where am I gonna put it? I'd be like, I guess I could take it to a certain place.
Oh, I was about to say.
You're gonna say your certain place is what you're.
Your certain place. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say too. I was like, the other thing that my parents do is like, they have some friends that live like in like a big land space,
ranch,
like a ranch, and like they always bring like fruits and like food from there. So like they try to like go back to like.
I'd love to do that. My dad always talks about how his dad he had like, they had a big property, and that he'd have every like fruit you could think of. So like you could just walk out there and like have a full meal.
Shout out.
That's cool.
Quick shout out to Patty with Fatty. He said, "Happy birthday, Julie. Take a shot and make Steve take 25 for disrespecting you on your day."
How did I disrespect her? What did I specifically do to disrespect her? You know what? Because of that, if I ever see you, Patty with a Fatty, it better not be in a dark alley.
Damn. Like that, bro? On live radio?
No negativity, bro. No hate. That's the one. We have one rule.
This isn't hate. This isn't hate.
It's just
a statement.
It's just a threat.
It's a threat. No, I was gonna say, no, yeah, dude, you should honestly come. My mom and my dad are always like, just, it's random though. Sometimes they're like, oh, we're gonna go to the like up north, like into the like the farms, because they have friends up there and they're gonna get like a bunch of fruits and shit. I haven't gone since like I was a little kid, mainly because it's like a 6-hour drive. And but you should go. It's really pretty because everybody there lives like kind of like on mobile homes, and then they're just surrounded by fields of like food and stuff. And like it's nice because
damn.
Okay, for those of you who can't see in the YouTube chat, Patty with the Fatty just doxed me. He posted my address in the chat. Please do not look at it. I can't believe he really doxed me.
This your address?
Yeah,
deleting it.
Delete this. Delete that comment.
Put user in
timeout.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we found a new feature. Patty with a Fatty. I mean, if you disrespect me again, we will put you in timeout. We just found out that we have the control. I can't believe you posted my address, man. I want watch what happens. Watch what happens when the show is over, bro.
You know what? I had a question for you. I was gonna say, because I was thinking about what I would do, but what would you guys do like if we didn't have the show?
If we didn't have the show right now,
like what would you think you'd be doing?
I'd probably just be focusing more on like film production stuff. Like I'd probably be writing and editing and I mean I'm still trying to do that now. When school is over, hopefully I'm gonna be able to focus on that now. What's so funny?
And I was just thinking about my answer.
So I'd probably dedicate more of my energy there because it's not like the show is distracting me from like my goals. It's more of school is distracting me from my goals.
I just feel like the show's very like it's grounding is all.
No, yeah, I love, dude. I fucking love coming in here.
Yeah, no, yeah, I love it. That's why I'm saying like, if it wasn't for this baby of ours,
Chidos. I'm grateful.
I am
because
really
I was like, the reason I was laughing is because my answer would have been like, bro, I would have been miserable. I feel like I would. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've been really enjoying this, and like how I said, I'm really grateful that we have this and like we've been given this opportunity. Um, but I feel like yeah, if we didn't have this, I don't know what I feel like I would have a crisis.
Mm.
I feel like I would because I feel like this has opened a lot of like things for me, and what I want to do, and I feel like this has also like the fact that how I used to say I was really shy, and like the fact that now I have a radio show and like my ass has to talk a lot. So I'm getting out of my comfort zone, you know? Um, so yeah, I feel like I would have been somewhere else and like not knowing what to do with life right now if we didn't have this.
Yeah, I'm excited for the conversations we're gonna have really down the road. Cause like
Mhm.
how my sister started tearing up a little bit in the beginning, I'm like I would like to
When we
have
look back.
I'd like to have a Primos Chido compilation of every time we cry in the
Top
studio.
10 emotional moments.
Top 10 emotional.
I wonder
moments.
what the number one's gonna be.
Oh fuck! Imagine.
Like you watched it, it was like, oh,
Be like this, and it's gonna be one of those things where people make TikTok edits and they put like
it's gonna be one of those things where it came out of nowhere.
yeah, or it's
Oh,
like,
people are gonna make TikTok edits.
yeah, they're gonna play like sad music in the background, like
Yeah.
Lil Peep or some shit. I'll be like, damn, this one did hit. I wonder how that's gonna feel though.
What, to be a niche internet?
No, I
celebrity?
mean,
Bruh.
no, I
Bro,
mean
have
like,
have you seen that meme where it's the Matrix and he's waking up and it's put me back? I was a niche internet celebrity.
no, but that's funny. I like that. No, I was gonna say I wonder what it's gonna be like to like, because I know probably you didn't come in here expecting to tear up a little bit today on today's
No,
show.
I did
And,
not at all.
And
It's
so
okay.
no, but I'm wondering what it'll be like our most emotional moment. If right now I could ask God or the big G or whatever this
What would
is.
you do if he's like, you don't want to know?
Damn, I hope it's something
Yeah.
negative. I hope it's not because like
I hope it's
yikes.
a beautiful emotional.
Yeah, I hope it's like we took shrooms on the show and like I
Oh,
was
it's like the kid.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just not grateful.
yeah. There's this video, I'm not sure if you guys have watched it, that went viral of this little kid giving grace and Thanksgiving, and he's like bawling his eyes out, saying like, "I'm sorry, I don't appreciate my family. Like they're always there for me, and sometimes," and he's like bawling, bro. He's like 11. What pain has he like
He's
felt?
just not grateful enough, bro.
Bro, Patty with Fatty on the YouTube live chat said, "Haven't seen any ready for 2022. Guess people really
You
scared for the new year, bruh."
You know what? Then I'll be the first one to say, bro, I'm so excited for 2022. I'm ready for it. This gonna be my year.
I feel like I heard you say that in 2019, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Bruh.
I'm just kidding.
Ah,
No, like
too
2020.
soon. Like
Uh,
you mean like the end of 2019? Right?
Yeah.
I
You're
feel,
saying?
I feel like there was one time when I got really, really high in my room, and it was the first time I ever got high by myself in my room. and this was during like quarantine, so my ass was like, fuck, what if we never get out of this, bro? What if like we're just stuck in our homes like the whole entire time? Because I feel like I kind of miss how it used to be, you know, when we didn't have like masks and stuff.
Oh, I
But,
feel.
Um,
I thought you were saying you missed how it was when we were in deep
no,
lockdown.
no. I miss how it used to be like when we didn't have to wear masks or like.
Are
be
you an
super cautious.
anti-mask?
No.
Nah, just kidding.
My sister refused.
I have to wear a mask.
Oh yeah.
I refuse to take it off.
You know what's weird? I told you this, but my job, and I'm not giving away where it was, but the job I had before this,
Mhm.
nobody would wear masks. Nobody. Like it was pretty common. Even the people I worked with, like it was pretty common for if they were tiny, they just put down their mask. And it was such a, because I know Apple is a lot more strict with that.
This year's season finale is gonna be a cliffhanger. Will Russia invade Ukraine? War arc? Why would you put that out there, Patrick?
So the next year is gonna be it's gonna end on a cliffhanger this year. Wow.
Bro, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
You guys don't like cliffhangers?
I was trying to be.
Not
I
in
wanna-
real world canon.
Not in the real world, in the show where like
In
it
the
doesn't
show.
affect my
Yeah,
life.
where it's
Do you guys think it's gonna get better?
I feel like the trend, I hope, is that everything gets slowly better. I hope we never see another war in our lifetime. Because
In terms of like COVID, I'm pretty optimistic about it. I think a lot of people are scared because initial COVID was so much like it's not gonna get that
Yeah.
bad, and it got really fucking bad.
Yeah.
So everybody has their guard up. So every
Yeah.
little small thing, like the Omicron, like variant, I'm not even sure if I pronounced it right. So don't make fun of me. But like stuff like that, like people are really blowing it out of proportion. At least in my opinion, just because we put our guard down so much that like now never again. We never want to be back there, and we're always cautious of what's happening.
Yeah.
But me, I'm an optimist. I think everything's gonna be okay. I feel like personally the energy. Oh my god, this better not be a clip that like people say. But personally, the energy, at least in my opinion, feels like it's getting better. And I feel like based off what I feel right now, I think things will be better. So we'll see
Steve's
what
calling it here.
I'm calling. I'm calling my shot right here.
Steve's predicting the
Feel-
championship.
Feel free to screen record this. I'm calling it right now. 1 year from now, everything will be so much better than what it is now in terms of the world, in terms of our show, in terms of our health.
It cuts to like a thumbnail of us why the Primos Chidos are breaking up or something. Like,
And it's like tears in my eyes. Like I'm skinny.
I think that's when we would cry.
Yeah.
like, if
Oh,
we
most
broke up.
emotional. It's like
Like
the
cow
Primos
chop?
announced. Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't end like cow chop.
And dude, should we be name dropping them?
Cow chop? I love cow chop.
I
That's why
do
wish
love
they were
Cow
back.
Chop, but you're saying like it shouldn't end like they did, kind of like a sneak diss, you know?
I don't know about sneak this. I just meant it was gone too soon. For
Oh,
my
I
taste.
get you. I
Fatty
get
with
you.
Fatty said didn't even knock on wood. SMA.
I
knocked on
did. I
wood.
did. I did it under the table. You
I
wouldn't be
knocked
able
on
to see.
wood. I
You see my
knocked
hand
on
right
wood
here?
for him.
You see my hand right here? I did knock on the table. But anyways, guys.
Oh,
Looks
I have
like-
I have a closing
Okay, go ahead.
because yeah. Let's see.
Alright, what you got?
Talk while I find it.
Okay, so yeah, I think we have how many episodes do we have before the new year? I think like maybe 2 or 3. I just want you guys all because I know the holidays are getting near. If any of you guys are sad, I hope you guys are doing fine. It does get better. If you're spending time with your family, make sure to cherish it and enjoy it because if we're talking about how much better next year is going to be, but we can't forget how worse last year was and how we were all separated from each other.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right,
I'm just kidding.
watch me. I'm gonna shit on this quote right now.
Okay, so keeping with the Carl Sagan thing, it's for small creatures, such vastness is only bearable through love. So spread the love. And one final birthday thing for Julie. I have a very small circle, but I'm glad you were added to it. So happy birthday.
Starts
Happy
crying
birthday,
again. And one last shout out to my abuelita. Her birthday was yesterday. Shout out to abuelita. She was telling me that yesterday I should give her a shout out on the radio. She's like, do it in Spanish though. So feliz cumpleaños, abuelita. Si estás escuchando, feliz cumpleaños. And yeah, hope y'all have a great Thursday. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next time. And for you too.
What's your
You
final
guys, you
thing?
too.
It's your birthday, so you decide what their special content is.
I don't know. Just logs off.
Give us a high note. Do a grito.
No, bro, I can't do that.
You can't do it?
No.
I don't know anybody who can.
And I can try,
Do it,
but
bro. Do it.
it's I don't know if it's
Do
gonna
it. Do it.
be
Go
loud.
stand over there and do it. Go stand over there and do it.
No, I'm embarrassed. I'm not
You'll
gonna
be off
do it.
camera.
Here, I'll lower your mic.
You should never be afraid to be yourself, bro.
I'll lower your
Are
mic.
you saying that's me? Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
What?
No, it's not even that I don't want to do it. I just can't do it.
All right,
Like,
fun-
I'm
You're not even gonna try for your sister's
fun
birthday.
fun
bro?
fact though, I love mariachi. So someone add that on TikTok, bro.
Come on, bro. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
not that good.
It was good.
It was good. It
For
was
the
good.
first time?
For
Yeah.
the first time, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Steve, take a shot.
I wish we don't have shit. I'll take a shot of my drink.
Hey, come through and we'll all take shots.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right.
See you
All right,
guys.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Go away.
Wow.
6
So
out
go-
of 10. Dang.
Hey, time out. Time out.
Go up to the camera and start threatening him. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off the camera.